So, who's Shakur's next opponent?
Him downstairs.
Push the weight enough flex. The live is one in the six. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walking, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. It's comical at this point. It's comical. I'm just asking Active Squad, what's Shakur doing next? What's he doing next? Keyshawn, he done priced himself out, which is a uneducated duck. The businessman, I don't think so. He's the business scam. So now we're back to Shakur Sanchez. Shout out to his Puerto Rican daddy. And I'm sure the Boricua is going to hold him down. I'm sure. You already know my stance on that and why I call him Sanchez. He was, all I asked was, where was the Puerto Rican flag in the Olympics when I was rooting for him? And he says, Boricua. I said, okay, great. I guess the black support wasn't enough. I just found it mighty convenient how when they were talking about how boring you were, I never said that. They were talking about how boring you were, and they showed people leaving your fight that was at home and while you was on ESPN, and Tim Bradley falling asleep, and they got pictures of Bud and Andre Ward and some kid that looked like he had school on Friday because they made you fight on a Thursday. And I'm like, wow, why are they doing that to that kid? I stuck up for Mr. Sanchez. I really did. I stuck up for him. And I said, man, don't call that kid boring. That's something that they say about all black fighters. I said, man, this kid has way above average skills, and it's his opponent's responsibility to stop him from doing what he does. That's what I said. Go check my work. Go check it. I never called him boring. But the boxing community did, and I defended him from that because I don't like that. And he all of a sudden he turns Puerto Rican. And I was like, oh, that's mighty convenient. I understand his father really is Puerto Rican. Have my sources. So I said, okay, well, that's great. Well, I'm sure he would have appreciated it, waving it in the Olympics. Why now? And I said, oh, man, he's with Top Rank. Top Rank sees absolutely no value in black fighters. They had Floyd Mayweather. How'd that work out? Right? How'd that work out? Y'all remember the no black fighter board? Right? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember Cameron Duncan was asked that? Well, Fred, Barbershop Conversations, asked him that on the show. And Cameron Duncan has since passed, but he spilled the beans on that. So I don't know why black fighters go over there, go over there for long term. But if you work with them on a consultative basis and get your bag and get out of there, that's fine. But I don't understand why black fighters go over there and sign long term. That's their business. But I said, they see no value in black fighters. So now he's Puerto Rican. So he wants to, wave that flag, and okay, fine, man. All right. Whatever works for you business wise. I get it. And I questioned it, but I said, okay, fine. So now you're a fighter. All right. That's great. So now you got to get to work. I don't care what flag you're waving now. You could be waving the Ukrainian flag for all I know. All I care. Shakur, get in there and get to work. Because I think you're nice with it. But here's the problem. Is he nice with it? You see, Active Squad, you Active Squad supporters, I'm starting to think y'all are like Tank fans. As a matter of fact, within this last week, I didn't think it was possible to take the crown of a Tank fan. But y'all seem to have done that in 2 weeks. Y'all seem to have done that. I didn't think that was possible, man. Do y'all just like looking at this kid? What's going on here? What's that about, man? What are y'all doing? Because I want to know what he's doing next. There's no Devin at 147. There's no Shocky Foster at 35. Even though Shocky, when you got in the ring with him, you look super bigger than him. I didn't hear him say, hey, man, I'll fight you at a catch weight. I'll fight you at 138 because you're about to fight Tiafimo at, what did he fight Tiafimo at? Like 144, 140, something? Or Shocky didn't say, oh, you got to catch weight me at 133. He didn't say any of that. He just said, fight you. And you didn't do anything. You threw Ford in the mix. And by the way, how is Ford doing? Anybody know? Has he done any interviews? Is he in the gym? Is he depressed? Because I haven't heard anything. I'm just wondering. Just wondering. So Shocky kept his end of the bargain and you did not. So fine, you ain't got to fight Shocky for us. I see active squad cats all online talking about, well, Shocky hasn't done enough and he got a loss, which was a robbery. Fine, but he's there now and Shakur ain't keep his word. But you love Shakur so much, you're not going to hold him to that. So fine. So what about Devin? Oh, Devin, I'll fight you at 144. Devin says, okay, let's fight it at 144. And then he says, oh, I need a rehydration clause. Rehydration clause? Where'd that come from? Y'all haven't seen the videos of him and Conor Benn? Conor Benn fought all the way as heavy as 168. Conor Benn, I remember him saying, hey, man, I'll fight you at 147. And I thought Shakur Sanchez was with the shits. I thought. So you'll fight Conor Benn, but Devin needs a rehydration clause? But then I also heard Shakap say, I'll take a fight at welterweight if it's the right fight, the right circumstances. So I guess the right circumstances doesn't involve Devin Haney. This boy don't want to fight anybody. Unless y'all can drop a name in the comment section and let me know. Am I missing something? I thought Shocky Foster was up next. And for a second, I'm like, I like the fact that Shocky is willing to step up to the plate. But I would pick at first. I'm like, I might pick Shakur in a split decision in that. But, Shocky got grit. And then I was like, my mind is picking Shakur. But my heart is riding with Shocky because he got grit. And I don't know if Shakur has that. Everyone's saying this is the best defensive style we've seen since Floyd Mayweather. You know what I know about Floyd? I remember when he was Pretty Boy. I know Floyd is a dog. I know when it comes down to it, he can get down. I know that. We've seen it. Say what you want about him. But we've seen it. Floyd got dog in him. We can't say that with Shakap because he's not in there. He's surrounded by contemporaries. You see, you late bloomers, if y'all caught the tail end of Floyd's career, the only person they said he was ducking was Manny Pacquiao, and that ran out. And the reason why I took them 4 years to get in the ring, that was Bob Arum. I don't need to revisit that. I was there for it. But Floyd had an extensive list of contemporaries, and he was running around when he was on Top Rank. He called out any and everybody who was relevant in his weight class. He called out everybody. Shakur thinks he's the rock star without the work. Floyd Mayweather put in the work. What work is this kid putting in? What, you from Jersey? That's cool. But to support what he's doing is ridiculous at this point. So, Shakur, where is your next opponent?
Him downstairs.
Where? Because you know what I'm thinking, dude?
Motherfucker homosexual.
That's what I'm thinking. Especially after that tweet that they dug up. Man, I don't know if that's real. Everyone's telling me it's real. Yo, dude, listen. You like your girl playing in your backside, kid? You kids have normalized this behavior. I keep telling y'all, yo, you know what? Go subscribe to my Patreon because I'm not talking about this on YouTube. But this is this thing that you kids are doing lately, and y'all normalizing this pillow biting behavior. Yeah.
Him down, stat.
Yeah. I'm starting to think that. Head to toe with Keyshawn? Kid, that's a 69. What is that? Rhetorical question. I know what that is. Yeah, I know exactly what that is.
Him down, stat.
Shout out to Bernie Mac. If you know, you know. So I want to know what is this kid doing next? What is he doing next? What is he doing next? It's not Gary Anton. It's definitely not Devin. It's not Oshaki. He told you he's not fighting El Rayo, but he might. What's he gonna do? Fight the winner of Conor Ben and Racist Ryan? Oh, I'm sorry, Racist Ryan is his friend. Him and Keyshawn's friend. That's the third brother, right? You know, this kid makes me sick. And if you can support Keyshawn and Shakur's behavior, you ain't no different than a tank fanatic. Y'all don't care what these kids do. You just want to look at them. Yeah.
Motherfucker homosexual.
Y'all prove it daily. So y'all let me know who he's fighting next. And if I give a damn, I'll cover it. Bronx on deck.
Move! Him down, stat.